And so we're saying now that we essentially have globo homo nationalism, what does it look like for us to sort of re-pour the foundations of a free society in America? God is not God of just your heart. God is God of the public square. And I would say that even if a judge or a dog catcher or a president is not a Christian, what they need to recognize most fundamentally is that all authority in God's creation is derivative from the Creator. And he tells everybody in authority how they should use it, whether they have repented of their sins and believed in Jesus Christ and accepted the gospel or not. They will be held accountable.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and former Trump official William Wolf joined Stu Peters to promote white nationalism and wild conspiracy theories. Wolf said that it's Christian nationalists' responsibility to make sure that lawmakers, Christian or not, are required to exercise their legislative authority in accordance with the Bible.
So our call as Christian nationalists is twofold. Yes, we want more unapologetic Christians leading in the public square as Christians, but we're calling on all leaders who exercise authority, whether they're Christian or not, to recognize that they will answer to the one supreme authority, and they need to learn how to exercise that authority rightly according to his good commands and precepts today.
Stu Peters is a right-wing extremist that is known for pushing COVID-19 disinformation. Have you ever noticed how these so-called Christians' bad reputation precedes them everywhere that they go? It's because they are busy trying to make a buck, not spread the gospel. The Christian nationalist movement is a dangerous blend of cherry-picked Bible verses and American Nazi propaganda. These morons prey on the undereducated and worship at the altar of the almighty dollar. They aspire to be like the Orange Lord and Savior and are trying to make a buck by defrauding people. William Wolf laid out the mission of Christian nationalists as he took aim on the LGBTQ community. He asserted his false presumption that Christian nationalists' purpose is to stand against global homo nationalism. This is another made-up word like woke to rally followers to project hatred on innocent people. The goal of these jackaloons is to convince the easily fooled into thinking that another group of people is trying to take something away from them. A usual target of such hateful rhetoric are the already marginalized groups. In this instant, their judgment is against gay and trans people.
I had a man literally leave my church this week because I mentioned Donald Trump in the pulpit, mixing religion and politics. Let me tell you something. I hope I lose everybody if that's what they lose for, because God called me to stand up for America, to stand up for Donald Trump, and it'll be a cold day in the gates of hell before I ever shut up. Everybody can leave. I know my calling. I know the moment I'm living in. The problem with preachers, they're scared to death to mix politics with religion. You cannot separate politics from religion. They are one and the same.
Christian nationalism should be called out for what it really is: fascism draped in a flag and carrying a cross. There is nothing Christian about hating on people and trying to make their lives miserable because you don't approve of how they dress or who they love. In the Gospel of Matthew, it is commanded that you shall love your Lord, the God, with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is said to be the greatest commandment, and the second greatest is that you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Even the founder of Christianity, who happened to be Jewish, directed followers to care for each other and to be compassionate. Jesus did not say anything in the New Testament about harassing your neighbor and taking their rights away. Jesus basically taught his disciples to be woke and take care of each other. William Wolf is perverting the scriptures. He tries to claim God as the authority of his misinformation, but he is nothing but a deceiver. Why is it that these fascist nutjobs are always obsessed with someone else's sexuality? But it seems like every other day some right-wing nutjob is getting busted in a compromising situation. More MAGA youth pastors and Christian church leaders have been accused of sexually abusing children than drag queens ever have. But that's not something that clowns like Wolf and Peters want to report on. Facts and the truth usually cause problems for these lying MAGA morons. They don't want an informed flock. They want blind followers. Not only does Donald Trump love the undereducated, but apparently so do Christian nationalists. William Wolfe and Stu Peters are a couple of con men. They are not presenting anything other than pure hatred. Christian nationalism is a mental disorder, and that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.